A lot of people have been asking me about the lack of pressure suits and helmets on this Blue Origin flight. So is not wearing a full pressure suit in space really a deal breaker? So in NASA's early days, during the Mercury program, they wore the spacesuit the entire time, because frankly, the first missions were only 15 minutes long. John Glenn went up for 3 orbits, still only a few hours. Also, there was kind of nowhere for their stuff to go. During Gemini, they were able to take off the helmets, but really it was during Apollo that NASA really prioritized the short sleeves environment for the crew to have that comfort, because going to the moon was a very long mission. It was about 2 weeks, and they were going to need to be a little bit more comfortable. But still, the idea was they should be wearing their pressure suits during launch and re-entry. These are the 2 most volatile times of a mission, and if something's going to go wrong, if they're going to lose pressure, that pressure suit will keep them alive. Then the crew of Apollo 7 got head colds. So this is kind of a famous story. This was NASA's first human spaceflight after the Apollo 1 fire, and the crew all got sick on this 10-day mission. They were miserable. They were arguing with the ground, and when it came time to re-enter, Commander Wally Schirra said he refused to put on a pressure suit and the helmet. His concern was they all had blocked up ears, that the pressure changing might actually cause permanent damage to their eardrums. Deke Slayton got on Capcom and talked to the crew, and he said, "I'd like to give you some data about landing without helmets. Number 1, we don't have any. It had never been done, and the big concern that NASA had was that without the physical protection of the helmet, something might dislodge and actually injure them." From the mission transcript, Deke told them, "The concern here is that you're probably going to get some head impact with either the headrest, the struts, the girth ring, or anything else that happens to be in the general area. In summary, we're concerned about getting some head damage if you impact without the helmet on." The crew did not wear helmets, and they were just fine on re-entry. So there was no real danger to landing without a helmet, although the fear of debris did come true on Apollo 12. There was an unsecured camera in the command module, and it smacked Al Bean on the head when they hit the ocean, and he actually blacked out for just a second. And you can see in this picture of them after recovery that he's got a bandage on his head where he got smacked. On the other side of the space race, though, things were a little bit different. In 1971, the crew of Soyuz 11 launched the Salyut 1 station, and their mission was great until landing. During the re-entry, they had suits on, but they didn't have the faceplates of their helmets closed. This means that the full environment of their spacesuit, remember, a spacesuit is basically a wearable spacecraft, was not working. A valve failed during re-entry, and the crew was exposed to the vacuum of space, and all the air rushed out, and they died within a minute of the incident. So is it suspicious that they came back from space without pressure suits? Not really.